Welcome back to Destroy All Humans 2. Let's get right into it and talk to Poxy.
The documents you recovered in Bay City were most informative. It seems the Soviet spy master, Agent Orenchov, is at large somewhere in this very city.
Well, he ain't here for the weather, that's for damn sure. So, those documents say where I might find our little buddy Orenchov?
According to the documents, he's established a secret base somewhere underground.
Secret base underground. Well, that shouldn't be too tough. Just scan the city while we were flying in.
Yes, but it's useless. The city is riddled with tunnels, pipes, and excavations galore. It's like a damp, moldy sponge built atop a noxious Swiss cheese.
Vivid. So what do we do?
I suppose you'll have to swallow your pride and ask one of the natives.
Aw, not again. I hate reading human minds. They're so simplistic, like reading a pop-up book. Okay, locate the tunnels, infiltrate them, and find Agent Orenchov. Then squeeze. Hard.
Indeed. Happy spelunking!
Alrighty, so now we gotta go ahead and do some Cortex scanning and go to a few different areas. This is a very simple objective. Simply go to the yellow marked areas on your map and you will do this without fail. Maybe consider body snatching just to keep your wanted level down, and that way you can Cortex scan people without consequence, and you don't have to worry that way if you run into trouble. Just throw them away. That way they didn't see nothing, if they don't exist anymore. Nobody saw anything, right? So you can do that, or of course, feel free to abuse the free love thing, which is pretty crazy, honestly. Like, being able to just immediately make everyone around you dance and the cars dance and stuff, it's actually really cool. It's a funky little ability, I remember playing Destroy All Humans 2 back on the PlayStation 2. There's this game, it was called a Jam Pack. And what it was a bunch of demos of different games. So it came with Destroy All Humans 2, it came with like Okami, a Yakuza game, Lego Star Wars, and basically you were just buying a disc of like demos of different games for you to try before you buy the actual game, and the jam pack with all of it was like 20 bucks or 14, something like that. So it's kind of nice, it helps you save some money too and lets you kind of get a taste before you buy it and try it, right? So it was pretty cool, honestly. I enjoyed it, I played the crap out of this game. I would intentionally not complete the last objective in the trial just so you can play it longer, right? Good times. Already, now that we're here, you're able to drop your human disguise, as you're going to be, attracting attention of the KGB regardless. Don't worry about having to use the chemicals on these initial few people you see. Basically, you're going to go into a tunnel-like system where there will be multiple chemical barrels, as well as multiple KGB agents for you to complete this optional objective. It would be pretty hard to mess it up, but also keep in mind those barrels create that green gas which will damage you, so simply make your way through the tunnel while using your PK to explode the barrels, or, however you want to go about it to get the KGB agents and complete the optional objective. Once you have completed that objective and it's now out of the way, you now get yourself an extra little spending in the store, and you're farther into the achievement for completing it. There's a thing for, an achievement for completing all optional objectives and all missions, whether you do it on the first try or via doing it using Pox at the saucer to replay missions. Either way it works out, but simply make your way to the marker on the map while being careful and cautious of this green fog that comes out of the barrels, because you don't want to kill yourself and then start over.
At last, the infamous Agent Orenchov. Look, Ivan, I'm kinda in a hurry, and between you and me, I'd just as soon save the ammo. So what do you say we skip the Kalinka dance, and you tell me what I want to know? I was expecting. But if you think turning yourself into some kind of mutant freak is gonna stop me beating the answers out of you, you got another thing coming.
Once this cutscene concludes, you now have a little boss fight on your hands. There is no optional objective here, simply eliminate your target and then move on to the next objective. I would recommend the disintegration ray and transmogrifying stuff around to convert into ammo, and it will make this fight quick, simple. Stay in the air as well, and just be mindful of his little plant mortars, and you'll be just fine. So now all you have to do is make your way through the little hole in the wall here and just follow the tunnel until you hit the next little data pad to pick up, or data core I should say, sorry. Basically just go through and pick up the data core, that's all you have to do. And then you get us a new little weapon here called the anal probe, which will then be used for the next optional objective. So pick it up, it's time to give it a try. So once that concludes, you simply just need to read the instructions to understand how it works, but you can pretty much just spam the right trigger and it will work just as efficiently. I don't understand charging it because it doesn't take very long to charge. You hold the trigger for a second and you're good to go. Simply use it a few times on this doorway to open it, and when you do use the anal probe on things, usually you'll get an ammo return as well, so it's kind of like its own infinite ammo source in a way. And then once you do this, you have to kill KGB agents using the anal probe, so you have to shoot them a few times, which will be the next optional objective. It's pretty easy once you run into them, just shoot them with the anal probe and you're good to go.
Chamber is emitting high levels of...
So upon conclusion of that cutscene, basically you need to score a critical hit using this little anal, the anal probe, right? All you have to do is literally shoot him with it. Like, you charge it for like 1 second and hit him, and boom, bingo bango, you're good to go. Like, that objective's out the way, no problem, Jose, you're good to go. So it's as simple as that, and basically all you have to do is stay in the air again for this fight, and it'll make it super easy. Just be mindful, but staying in the air, you'll defeat this guy, no problem. He's really easy, honestly, with this disintegrator ray. Oh, super easy.
Chicken Kiev. What the hell was in those cans? Revelade can't do that.
Well done, Mr. President. Well done indeed.
Do I know you, Teabag?
No, sir, but I know you. Forgive me, it seemed best simply to stand clear and give you room to do what you do so well. These Soviets are rather slippery fish. Yes, very slippery indeed, but they do crack. If you'll follow me, Mr. President, I can promise you answers in abundance. Shall we?
Once that cutscene is finished, it's now time for that optional objective that I was talking about, where you have to use the anal probe. So basically just all the KGB agents that come down the tunnel, just use the anal probe on them. The guy that you have to escort, you have to stay close to. If you run ahead and eliminate some enemies, so be it, but be mindful he will not stay with you unless you get close to him, and he will just stay behind, which is what happened to me. So make sure after you complete this optional objective to go back and grab him, as he will not move up without you in his presence. You'll have to stay really close by to escort him through this tunnel system. That's all you have to do, and once you escort him out, we're basically at the end of the mission. So just get him through this tunnel and be mindful of all the barrels around with the chemical gas stuff, as there is a lot of them. So if you decide to use them, just be mindful of your own self-destruction. Once you are finally out of the tunnel system, simply talk to Mr. Fancy Pants at the top of the hill here.
I wonder if we might have a little chat now, Mr. President.
Yeah, sure. What the... Hey, wait a second, Mr. President. I ain't in my presidential disguise. How do you know who I am?
They don't call it British intelligence for nothing, old boy.
Okay, you got my attention. Who the hell are you?
Reginald Ponsonby Smythe, at your service. And Her Majesty's, although in her case, the service is secret. I'm with M16, the Foreign Intelligence Agency.
Okay, so I'm starting to get a little ticked off here. These bastards blow up my mothership, kill my boss, screw up my pension plan, and just when I track one of them down, he turns into some kind of super-powered freakazoid mozzarella monster.
I sympathize. To be frank, sir, we appear to be fighting a common enemy. Might it not be the better part of valor to join forces and pool our information? I seem to be late for a previous engagement. It's been a pleasure, Mr. Cryptosporidium. Do feel free to drop by at your leisure. I think you'll find we have some mutual interests.
But...
Excellent, excellent. I'll expect you first then. Splendid. Must dash.
And now that that little conversation's over, that's the end of the mission. We completed all optional objectives. I hope this guide was helpful. We're on to the next mission. Here we go. Thank you for joining me for this journey. I'm having a blast. Let's get right into the next one.